Hello everyone, welcome again to my prayer video vlog as I talk about how to use prayer missionally. I am Dave the Prayer Guy, and as always I appreciate you and thank you for watching this. So today I'm going to start out talking about Star Wars, and of course then I would link it into missional prayer. So Star Wars. So I don't know, as you all know, for those who've been watching this for a while, Star Wars is one of my interests, and really one of the reasons why is because of the concept of the Jedi and the Force. Now I don't equate the Force with God, but it is a very interesting concept to kind of think about sometimes. And really there are some parallels, but it doesn't always equate completely, especially the sense with the Force. It's impersonal, and we deal with a very personal God that actually wants to get to know us. But in order to become a Jedi, one of the steps you have to do is be a Padawan or an apprentice to a Jedi Master or a Jedi Knight, depending on what level of the Jedi Council system that they're in. Um, so in order to really learn how to use the Force, you learn from another person. And I believe in the world of Christianity, in the real world, where we have this very personal God, that the best way to learn how to pray or to be a Christian is to watch and to learn for more mature believers. So if you are, somebody who's new to this idea of missional prayer, I highly recommend that you go out and seek out a mentor, somebody to teach you how to pray, show you how to pray, and actually bring you along to prayer events that they're a part of. So that is something I highly recommend. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, it's a 12. I have sought out mentors in the past. I have sought out other people to pray with. And even that's scriptural. I mean, as you read the Bible, there are many times where people went out in twos, or at least two people out to certain places. Paul did that. He brought along Timothy. He brought along Silas to go along with him. It wasn't just him, and they prayed together and they learned together. So highly recommend that. Find somebody that you can learn how to pray with. And if you're a prayer warrior like myself, who's been around the block a few hundred times, definitely seek out those people that could use teaching and learning from you how to pray. I mean, that is so important. So there's always somebody who's a little bit along on the journey than you are. Another resource is, of course, the Bible. There's plenty of examples in there of people praying, and sometimes it's missional, and sometimes it's more for their personal growth or for another reason. But honestly, because it says in Matthew, the Great Commission, Matthew 28, that we are to go out into all the world to make disciples, baptizing them and teaching them to obey everything that God has says. So in some ways, discipleship, your own personal growth, the growth of your other church members, that is definitely part of the mission. So when you're praying for that, you are praying for the mission. So besides the Bible, another resource that I highly recommend is the book Knowing God Through Prayer. Excellent resource. It's by Jim George. And so get it on Amazon or get it someplace else. It doesn't really matter. And what Jim does is he takes a character from the Bible, David, Jeremiah, Jesus, Paul, and he talks about how they prayed and what type of prayer they were doing. And so they were doing prayers like humility and growing as a person. I mean, let's see, what else? Faith, gratitude, faithfulness, worship, integrity. I mean, there's 12 chapters in here of different things. I guess he mostly does Old Testament and then he ends with Jesus. Well, that's okay. Old Test I like the Old Testament very much, but because it all points to Jesus. So I highly recommend you get that book. I think it's going to be a great resource for you as you're thinking about how to grow in your own personal prayer life, and as you think about how to pray for your other believers, your friends in the Lord, because you want to see them grow and become stronger Christians too. So thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, may the Lord be with you, and don't forget to pray missionally. Pray for lost souls.